What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If we see the car moving without me, we got FSD beta engaged. So while it's driving, I'm going to talk a little bit about today's episode. So we are in episode 3, and today it is the 4th pool session of the year, and we're going for the full half iron, 80 laps. More specifically though, I want to try and push as far as time goes and get the first 60 laps in 30 minutes. My goal is really to do the full 80 laps or the full half iron in about 40 minutes. So I'm really hoping we can at least get 3/4 of the way there, and then maybe 45 minutes for the full 80, but definitely under 50. And I think that's a pretty good place to be now that we're about 2 months out. So with that being said, I did find a really cool data point from about a year ago. Quick correction, so that was actually the first swim workout. However, I forgot to turn the watch off, so the timer kept running, but we do have the first 700 yards. We have the splits clear. I'll go ahead and put those up on the screen while I continue doing this intro, but what I think we can still do is compare the first 700 yards, which came in at 29 minutes, against the first 700 yards today, so we can get a comparison of the progress really over the past year. Despite today's workout being the 4th swim session of the season, still seeing how high that baseline has come from last year. So with that, everything else in the intro holds true, and we'll get back to the video. When I had my first pool session, and I'll throw up those stats here now, I want to say it was, if I'm recalling this right, 26 laps in 28 minutes, and today we'll be going for basically double that distance in the same amount of time. So I'm so happy with just to see that progress that was made, and I think that really speaks to another one of the reasons why I've kind of taken to these triathlons and half iron and iron, is just really trying to push your limits, see where that is. And now it's like the baseline after accomplishing half iron last year, the baseline of what kind of comes easy now is so much higher than it used to be. And I just, like I said, I just think that applies to so many other areas in life. So hopefully today we can go ahead and get double the distance in basically the same amount of time. And we're gonna get in the pool here now, and then once we wrap up and have the data, we're gonna take a look and start comparing it to where we were against the swim sessions last year, especially considering we have 2 months left to go to train. So with that, let's get right into it.
Text a message, I don't know the number. Flexing on these niggas, every bone.
Yes, that was a stage finish. Didn't want the phone recording the whole swim, but was able to get the 80 laps in 45 minutes. So chalk that up as a win. The 60 laps did not. They came in under 32 minutes, so still the same time as the last session. But I think the biggest problem right now is that my legs just I'm just carrying around dead weight. I'm not using my legs at all. We're gonna have to figure out how to get more power out of the legs, because it's just not happening. But overall, pleased. I think the thing that was sinking in was Ironman is gonna be twice this distance, and that seems so long. So we got a lot of work to do, but pleased so far, coming under 45 minutes. That's 10 minutes faster than I did last year with 2 months to spare. So we'll see how it goes. Let's compare these numbers then to last year. All right, so we have the actual data here. We've got both workouts from the first workout that I did in the pool to the 4th workout of the season in the pool, but a year apart, just to really get an idea of what that progress has looked like. As I mentioned, the first time I jumped in the pool was so challenging, and now it's coming so much more naturally, so much easier. So when I crunched the numbers on the first workout, leaving out the last 800 yards that I forgot to turn the watch off, we can take a look at the first 700 yards. Those came in at 26 minutes and 57 seconds. And then this go around taking a look at the same first 700 yards, came in at 14 minutes, 26 seconds. And as I mentioned, this has only been the fourth pool session, and this isn't like, I'm not saying this so we can talk about my numbers. I'm saying it more as I feel like it's just so important for people to just go for some of these goals that maybe sound kind of crazy. When I, first started doing triathlons, I thought I'd never be able to do a half iron. And then now here we are a year later, and still not that many pool sessions, but jumping in is so much easier than it was before. And that's why I'm setting the lofty goal of trying to get on the podium this year because, and I should specify the podium within my age bracket of 30 to 35. What do we got to lose? We'll set that high goal, see what happens, and worst comes to worst, I think if I shoot for that, I'll still probably be taking an hour off my time. That would be down from 6 hours and I want to say 30 some minutes, to 5 hours, 30 minutes. I'm hoping to get into the 5 hour, 15 range. I think that's what I'll need. So super excited and optimistic about the results so far, especially just when they're referenced again where everything first started. So after today's workout, it came in at, 80 laps, which I'm realizing I'm cutting it short. It needs to be 84 laps for the technical half iron, but still at 44 minutes, still really good. We're gonna just have to focus on figuring out how to be more efficient with the legs, and I'm hoping your legs are a massive part of the swimming equation, and I feel like I'm just not doing it right. So I think drills are gonna be the right idea, grabbing a kickboard, and I also just keep being passed by swimmers in the pool. So one of these days, just ask them and see if I can get a little bit of coaching on my form and etc. I also think that last year when I was in the water, I didn't have a wetsuit. And the wetsuit that I have, it's supposed to make you more buoyant. So I'm hoping that'll help keep my legs higher up in the water and reduce my drag, which is becoming very evident, especially as I'm getting towards the tail end of the swim. I'm just realizing how much of my upper body I'm using and not my lower body. So I think we can cut this episode at that. This week, I still haven't ran yet. I'm starting to itch too. I really want to get out there, but the leg's been feeling great and no setbacks. And then it's a super busy Memorial Day weekend. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to get on the bike, but it's a lot of physical labor planned for the weekend. So if the bike doesn't happen this weekend, it will happen on Monday. Okay, all right, we'll leave it there. Next week, expect more biking and running focus since this was very swim heavy week. And we'll catch you on the next episode.